One of my biggest red flags is that I work too hard to try to reach my goals to the point where I refuse to take breaks, and ultimately, that just has me feeling burnt out. What's up, everyone? David here. Got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. Now, today we're going to be talking about two main things. Number one, burnt out. What is it? And secondly, why you get it. But you also got to keep in mind, once you understand why you get it, why is it that you keep continuing to do the things that have you feeling burnt out? You got to understand, you got to take breaks. We got to ease off the gas pedal. Sometimes we got to just, slow things down in life and just look out for our overall health. Before we get into it, I just want to go ahead and point this out. Last week, I was working out, no big deal, and I hit good numbers with my workouts. Right now, I'm trying to lift a little heavier, trying to, make some gains. Last week, I squatted 355, bench press 260, and deadlifted 445. All of those came up with relative ease. I thought, you know what, I got plenty left in the tank. So what I decided I was going to do this week is, I'm going to go ahead and push a little harder. I'm going to go ahead and add 10 more pounds to each one of the lifts. And you know what? After that, if I get those numbers, then I'll go ahead and ease off the gas pedal and start a new training cycle. That didn't go according to plan. This past Monday, I went ahead, start off with my squat, and the goal was to go ahead and hit 365 for a top set of 1. Now, based on the way that 355 felt last week, just 10 pounds heavier, only 365, only 10 pounds heavier. It shouldn't have felt that much more difficult. And ultimately, what ended up happening? I went down, came up a bit, struggled, and ultimately dumped it behind me. Now, at first, I thought, okay, maybe I'm just getting in my head. Maybe it was just, I'm overthinking it. So I went ahead and tried it a second time. Nah, even worse. I just dumped it in front of me and broke my headphones in the process. So that didn't really go according to plan. And after that, I just felt defeated. I'm quite honestly, I felt like a bitch. I felt like, wow, this was pathetic on my end. This is really how we're going to start the week. This is really how we're going to set the tone for Mondays. That's really how we're going to go about this workout. But you know what? It's one of those things where the longer you start working out, the more you get in tune with your body. The more you understand when it's time to take a rest break. You just got to listen to your body at this point. So that was really my body's way of telling me, hey, it might be time for a rest week. Because honestly, the last time I remember taking a rest week probably wasn't until maybe last November, December. So it's been a cool couple months that I've been pushing pretty hard with no rest. So I'm like, all right, everything else in my workout I did super easy, super light. I'm talking about the hack squats, the leg extensions, the leg curls, the back extensions, everything. I just went real easy. Didn't try to do anything too crazy. Literally just went for the pump. So at the end, I really felt like I got no work accomplished on the leg workout. I didn't feel any type of soreness, any type of pain, any fatigue, really nothing. I was just kind of going through the motion. And then the second day, Tuesday, last week when I benched 260, this week the goal was going to be 265 for a pause for 1 rep. And part of me already felt going into the workout, I'm like, I got a feeling I'm already not going to get it. Just mentally, you just know when you're there, and I just really wasn't feeling it. So what did I decide to do? Instead of listening to my body, I went ahead and tried going it in, already going into the lift that I'm not going to get it up. So like, what type of mentality is that? So I literally racked up the bar, got it, down, pause, up 1 sec, nah. And that one I wasn't even mad about. It wasn't like the squat where I felt defeated. This one, because I already knew I wasn't going to get it. And afterwards, just easy rest of the workout. Got my bench press, my inclines, some push-ups, literally nothing. Just chasing a pump, but nothing too crazy. Wednesday, last week, got 445 on the deadlift. This week was supposed to be 455. I didn't even do any deadlifts because I'm like, at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and keep it as a rest week. So went super light on everything, nothing too crazy, literally just going through the motion. And that was the only days I worked out. Usually I work out 5 to 6 days a week. This past week, I only did 3, and that's okay because I purposely decided, you know what, now this is going to be a rest week. This is going to be a deload week, however you want to refer it to it as. And I'm going to go ahead, rest up, thank my body for it, and then hopefully next week I can now start a new training cycle, start fresh, rejuvenated, feeling refreshed, and boom, now I can start hitting the weights again. And many of you, that's one of the problems that you're facing, and you're not doing anything about it. You keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and although there are signs there that's telling you that, hey, maybe it's time to ease off the gas pedal. Maybe it's time for you to take a rest. Maybe it's time for take it a little easy, let yourself recovery. But you're not listening and you keep pushing, pushing, pushing. And this doesn't even have to be for anything in a workout. How many of you feel that way when you're at work, in a relationship, or other responsibilities you got to carry out throughout the day? Many of you are students. How many of you burnt out? I know recently it was right around midterms week. In a couple weeks, it'll be finals weeks. Tell me you're not going to be feeling that type of way. And although you are feeling that type of way, you know about it. You don't do anything about it. So, what exactly are we going to do about it? Well, first off, why does this happen? Part of it is that nowadays we're living in a society of quote unquote hustle culture. It's viewed upon that if you're not being productive, you're not doing something, you're not keeping yourself busy, then ultimately you're looked down upon. You're looked at bum. You're not doing anything, you're not making something of yourself. But in reality, that hustle culture mentality is what's leading a lot of you down, bad mental health, bad overall physical health. It's just burning yourself out. And part of it is, yes, you think you're being productive, but what exactly are the things that you think you're doing that are actually benefiting you? Because if it's just day-to-day busy work, realistically, is it really that important? No, no, no. The hustle culture, hustle mentality that keeps you grinding or in grind mode, locking in, all those things you got to really keep in mind. It's the type of activities, the specific things that you are actually doing that will get you to reach your goal. If you're just doing just regular day-to-day things like answering emails that aren't even important, all these things can be delegated off to someone else. You can pass these responsibilities off to other people. You should be responsible for the big game-changing ideas, the big responsibilities that are actually going to move the needle. But we get so winded down on the little things that we feel we need to be in control of. But in reality, no, just pass on that responsibility to someone else. You got coworkers, your supervisor, you got employees. Give those things off to other people. You focus on the big picture, focus on the big things. Those little things are just going to be piling on even more on our plate, and that's just going to have us feeling even more burnt out. When it comes to working out, the mentality of no pain, no gain, more is better, all of that, no, that's not necessarily the case. You don't have to spend an excessive amount of time in the gym. You don't have to spend excessive amounts of days in the gym. It's about quality of the workouts, not the quantity. And the quantity goes for both the length of the workouts individually and the quantity of overall amounts of workouts you're doing each week. So you got to really figure out what are the specific activities that you're doing that are causing you to feel this type of burnout. Okay, why is it that you're feeling this type of way? Why do you feel like mentally you're not there? Physically, you're always tired. You're just in a bad mood. You got an attitude. You wake up moody in the morning, whatever it may be. Figure out what is it that's causing that. Is it that you're surrounding yourself with certain people? Is it because you're taking on too much on your plate? Is it because the specific line of work you're in is not up to your standards and not what you want to do? Is it because the workouts are just too much and you're not recovering properly? What exactly is it? Once you figure it out, it'll be easy to address that problem. So now, speaking of addressing that problem, what can we do to avoid it? I'm talking about purposely taking rest breaks, deload weeks, however you want to refer to it. I'm talking about getting out of the mentality that a break or a rest is earned and getting the mentality of purposely knowing when you're going to be taking that break. Let me put it to you in this way. Let's think of it like fitness. A lot of people, if you're into fitness, you stick to a diet. You know what it is that you're supposed to eat. You know how much of it you're supposed to eat. You're on a diet. And they say, okay, if I do this many workouts by the end of the week, if I push this hard, if I lose this much weight on the scale, that's when I'll go ahead and treat myself to a cheat meal. And that's not necessarily bad. If that's the way you want to go about it, go for it. But you're viewing that as a reward that needs to be earned, which to a certain degree, yes, it's okay to think like that. But what happens if you don't reach your goal? You go another week, don't reach your goal. You just go week in, week out, and you're not meeting the standards that you set on yourself. Are you ever going to have that cheat meal? No. And then what happens? You're just going to be thinking about it nonstop. You're going to be too fixed and too focused on that to the point where now, despite not even seeing progress, you're going to take that cheat meal and you're going to feel bad about it. But if you were to structure it this way, I'm going to commit to 5 days in the gym. I'm going to push hard despite how I'm feeling, because every day pushing hard could be different. One day you're super tired. You pushing hard is obviously not going to be the same type of effort compared to if you go in the next day and you're feeling like 100%. Regardless, as long as I went to the gym 5 days and I gave my best that given day, I'm going to go ahead and treat myself at the end of the week, despite if I met my weight loss goal. If my goal was to lose 2 pounds this week, but I only lost 1.5, okay, I still lost something. I still made some type of progress. Reward yourself for making progress in the first place instead of rewarding yourself for reaching that ultimate end goal. You can also go about it in terms of taking a vacation, a rest, whatever it may be, whether it be a couple days, one day only, or a whole week, whatever it is. Purposely stick to saying, you know what, I'm gonna hit the gym hard for 4 weeks, then I'm gonna go ahead and take a rest week on the 5th week. For me personally, one thing that I've been really trying to stick to, especially after reflecting this past week, feeling, like I'm training to failure, or like I feel like I'm just completely burnt out, is I'm gonna commit to 5 good weeks of pushing hard, and every 6th week, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and purposely take a rest day. Now, even if on that 6th week I still feel good, I still feel like I can push hard, I'm still gonna take the rest week anyways. It's good to take the rest week when you can, instead of pushing too hard and being forced to take a rest week. It's like athletes. It's better to retire on your own terms while you're still good, while you're still in good health, physically, mentally, everything, instead of being forced to retire because you pushed too hard and you held on too long into your career. Think of it like that. It will make it a lot easier for you to understand. Now, let's just say you're not in a fitness setting, you're not into working out. This can always apply to work, relationship, whatever it may be. Okay, obviously you can't be taking that many rest weeks, or you get that vacation that many weeks, or that consistently. At least I don't think you are. It depends on your job. But let's just say, you work a typical 9 to 5, like myself, Monday through Friday. Okay, Monday through Friday, give it your all, do what it is that you have to do at work. However, when it comes to the weekend time, if you're off work, stay off work. Work responsibilities only get done while I'm on the clock, while I'm in the office. If it's my day, Saturday and Sunday, I'm gonna focus on doing what I want, what I feel I need to rejuvenate, to relax. Everyone's gonna vary in this one. So me, what do I like to do? I like making this content. I like reading books. I like drawing. I like working out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this on my off days, because that's gonna be good for not only my physical health, but also my mental health. It'll just make me feel a lot better, and I actually feel like, I'm relaxed. I'm doing something I genuinely enjoy. I feel like this is what I need to do to rejuvenate. Now, obviously, everyone's schedule is gonna be a little different. So maybe you got other responsibilities you got to take care of on the weekends. Some of you have kids. Some of you just got other things you got to take care of. So what can you do then? You could think of it this way. At the end of your shift, after a long day, before you go to bed or once you get home, do something you enjoy. Just real quick, if it's watching just, like one or two episodes of your favorite show on Netflix, if it'd be reading a book, cooking yourself a nice meal, going out and getting takeout, whatever it is, just think of it as you're earning these breaks. Not really. No, you deserve these breaks. You didn't necessarily earn it. It's more of you're entitled to these. All right. Don't feel bad about the little things you're doing to help set you up for long-term success. All right. This little cheat meal here, it shouldn't be earned. It's just, it's your right, because if you eat this, all right, that's just going to motivate you even more to push harder in the gym. You know what? Taking these couple days off from work, you know what? It was well deserved. Okay. It's not that I have to earn it. It's just, I'm entitled to this because of everything that I've given to that job. And then from right there, you feel nice, rejuvenated, you recover, you cut off everything, put your phone on do not disturb. When you come back to work, all right, now you should be feeling like $100. Let's hit the ground running. All right, let's go back into grind mode. So you see, it's not always about just pushing, just grind mode, hustle mode, locked in, however you want to view it. It's not always like that. If you get in that mentality, eventually you're just going to burn yourself out. Occasionally, you got to take a break. You got to take a rest week. Don't think of it as I have to earn it, because if you think that way, then you're probably also going to be in the mentality that, no, I didn't do enough. I didn't do enough to earn it. And, you're just going to keep wearing yourself down. You're just going to keep burning yourself out. Purposely plan out when these breaks are going to be. Rest day, rest week, whatever it may be. Know ahead of time when they're going to be taking it. You know what? Every evening, 7 to 8 o'clock, that's my time. No one bother me. You know what? Every 5th week, I'm going to take a week off from the gym. You know what? Every 2 months, I'm going to go ahead and go on a 3-day vacation. So take an extra day off from work, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Whatever it is that you have to do, take advantage of it, so that way you give yourself enough time to recharge and get back into it. Hopefully this video was helpful. Comment down below if it was, and also comment down below anything else or any other advice that you may have for anyone that feels just, burnt out, or if you've ever felt stress, or just feel like you need just some type of break, or you just need to get away from life. What are some things that you've done that's really helped you get on the other side of that? Comment down below. Let's try to help each other out. Also, comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is. Comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help you all out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any new videos, because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. And then Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Be sure to follow me on both accounts. I put all my links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.